Disgrace by J. M. Coetzee. Chapter 4. He makes love to her one more time, on the bed in his daughter's room. It is good, as good as the first time. He is beginning to learn the way her body moves. She is quick and greedy for experience. If he does not sense in her a fully sexual appetite, that is only because she is still young. One moment stands out in recollection, when she hooks a leg behind his buttocks to draw him in closer. As the tendon of her inner thigh tightens against him, he feels a surge of joy and desire. Who knows, he thinks, there might, despite all, be a future. "Do you do this kind of thing often?" she asks afterwards. "Do what?" "Sleep with your students? Have you slept with Amanda?" He does not answer. Amanda is another student in the class, a wispy blonde. He has no interest in Amanda. "Why did you get divorced?" she asks. "I've been divorced twice. Married twice, divorced twice." "What happened to your first wife?" "It's a long story. I'll tell you some other time." "Do you have pictures?" "I don't collect pictures. I don't collect women." "Aren't you collecting me?" "No, of course not." She gets up, strolls around the room, picking up her clothes, as little bashful as if she were alone. He is used to women more self-conscious in their dressing and undressing, but the women he is used to are not as young, as perfectly formed. The same afternoon there is a knock at his office door, and a young man enters whom he has not seen before. Without invitation, he sits down, casts a look around the room, nods appreciatively at the bookcases. He is tall and wiry. He has a thin goatee and an earring. He wears a black leather jacket and black leather trousers. He looks older than most students. He looks like trouble. "So, you are the professor," he says. "Professor David. Melanie has told me about you." "Indeed? And what has she told you?" "That you fuck her." There is a long silence. So, he thinks, the chickens have come home to roost. I should have guessed it. A girl like that would not come unencumbered. "Who are you?" he says. The visitor ignores his question. "You think you're smart," he continues. "A real ladies' man. You think you will still look so smart when your wife hears what you're up to? That's enough. What do you want?" "Don't you tell me what's enough." The words come faster now, in a patter of menace. "And don't you think you can just walk into people's lives and walk out again when it suits you?" Light dances on his black eyeballs. He leans forward, sweeps right and left with his hands. The papers on the desk go flying. He rises. "That's enough. It's time for you to leave." "It's time for you to leave," the boy repeats, mimicking him. "Okay." He gets up, saunters to the door. "Goodbye, Professor Chips. But just wait and see." Then he is gone. A bravo, he thinks. She is mixed up with a bravo, and now I am mixed up with her bravo too. His stomach churns. Though he stays up late into the night waiting for her, Melanie does not come. Instead, his car, parked in over the street, is vandalized. The tires are deflated. Glue is injected into the door locks. Newspaper is pasted over the windscreen. The paintwork is scratched. The locks will have to be replaced. The bill comes to 600 rand. "Any idea who did it?" asks the locksmith. "None at all," he replies curtly. After this coup de main, Melanie keeps her distance. He is not surprised. If he has been shamed, she is shamed too. But on Monday she reappears in class, and beside her, leaning back in his seat, hands in pockets, with an air of cocky ease, is the boy in black, the boyfriend. Usually there is a buzz of talk from the students. Today there is a hush. Though he cannot believe they know what is afoot, they are clearly waiting to see what he will do about the intruder. What will he do indeed? What happened to his car was evidently not enough. Evidently there are more installments to come. What can he do? He must grit his teeth and pay. What else? We continue with Byron, he says, plunging into his notes. As we saw last week, notoriety and scandal affected not only Byron's life, but the way in which his poems were received by the public. Byron the man found himself conflated with his own poetic creations, with Harold, Manfred, even Don Juan. Scandal. A pity that must be his theme, but he is in no state to improvise. He steals a glance at Melanie. Usually she is a busy writer. Today, looking thin and exhausted, she sits huddled over her book. Despite himself, his heart goes out to her. Poor little bird, he thinks, whom I have held against my breast. He has told them to read Lara. His notes deal with Lara. There is no way in which he can evade the poem. He reads aloud. He stood a stranger in this breathing world, an erring spirit from another hurled, a thing of dark imaginings that shaped by choice the perils he by chance escaped. Who will gloss these lines for me? Who is this erring spirit? Why does he call himself a thing? From what world does he come? He has long ceased to be surprised at the range of ignorance of his students. Post-Christian, post-historical, post-literate, they might as well have been hatched from eggs yesterday. So he does not expect them to know about fallen angels or where Byron might have read of them. What he does expect is a round of good-natured guesses which, with luck, he can guide toward the mark. But today he is met with silence, a dogged silence that organizes itself palpably around the stranger in their midst. They will not speak, they will not play his game as long as a stranger is there to listen and judge and mock. Lucifer, he says, the angel hurled out of heaven. Of how angels live we know little, but we can assume they do not require oxygen. At home, Lucifer, the dark angel, does not need to breathe. All of a sudden, he finds himself cast out into this strange, breathing world of ours. Erring, a being who chooses his own path, who lives dangerously, even creating danger for himself. Let us read further. The boy has not looked down once at the text. Instead, with a little smile on his lips, a smile in which there is, just possibly, a touch of bemusement, he takes in his words. He could, at times, resign his own for others' good, but not in pity, not because he ought, but in some strange perversity of thought that swayed him onward with a secret pride, to do what few or none would do beside, and this same impulse would in tempting time mislead his spirit equally to crime. So, what kind of creature is this Lucifer? By now the students must surely feel the current running between them, between himself and the boy. It is to the boy alone that the question has addressed itself, and, like a sleeper summoned to life, the boy responds, he does what he feels like. He doesn't care if it's good or bad. He just does it. Exactly. Good or bad, he just does it. He doesn't act on principle, but on impulse, and the source of his impulses is dark to him. Read a few lines further. His madness was not of the head, but heart. A mad heart. What is a mad heart? He is asking too much. The boy would like to press his intuition further, he can see that. He wants to show that he knows about more than just motorcycles and flashy clothes. And perhaps he does. Perhaps he does indeed have intimations of what it is to have a mad heart. But here in this classroom, before these strangers, the words will not come. He shakes his head. Never mind. Note that we are not asked to condemn this being with the mad heart, this being with whom there is something constitutionally wrong. On the contrary, we are invited to understand and sympathize. But there is a limit to sympathy. For though he lives among us, he is not one of us. He is exactly what he calls himself, a thing, that is, a monster, Finally, Byron will suggest it will not be possible to love him, not in the deeper, more human sense of the word. He will be condemned to solitude. Heads bent, they scribble down his words. Byron, Lucifer, Cain, it is all the same to them. They finish the poem. He assigns the first cantos of Don Juan and ends the class early. Across their heads, he calls to her. Melanie, can I have a word with you? Pinch-faced, exhausted, she stands before him. Again, his heart goes out to her. If they were alone, he would embrace her, try to cheer her up. My little dove, he would call her. Shall we go to my office? He says instead. With the boyfriend trailing behind, he leads her up the stairway to his office. Wait here, he tells the boy, and closes the door on him. Melanie sits before him, her head sunken. My dear, he says, you are going through a difficult time, I know that, and I don't want to make it more difficult, but I must speak to you as a teacher. I have obligations to my students, all of them. What your friend does off campus is his own business, but I can't have him disrupting my classes. Tell him that from me. As for yourself, you're going to have to give more time to your work. You're going to have to attend class more regularly, and you're going to have to make up the test you missed. She stares back at him in puzzlement, even shock. You have cut me off from everyone, she seems to want to say. You have made me bear your secret. I am no longer just a student. How can you speak to me like this? Her voice, when it comes, is so subdued that he can barely hear. I can't take the test. I haven't done the reading. What he wants to say cannot be said, not decently. All he can do is signal and hope that she understands. Just take the test, Melanie, like everyone else. It does not matter if you are not prepared. The point is to get it behind you. Let us set a date. How about next Monday during the lunch break? That will give you the weekend to do the reading. She raises her chin, meets his eye defiantly. Either she has not understood or she is refusing the opening. Monday, here in my office, he repeats. She rises, slings her bag over her shoulder. Melanie, I have responsibilities. At least go through the motions. Don't make the situation more complicated than it need be. Responsibilities. She does not dignify the word with a reply. Driving home from a concert that evening, he stops at a traffic light. A motorcycle throbs past, a silver Ducati bearing two figures in black. They wear helmets, but he recognizes them nevertheless. Melanie on the pillion sits with knees wide apart, pelvis arched. A quick shudder of lust tugs him. I have been there, he thinks. Then the motorcycle surges forward, bearing her away.